Houston Texans have been pretty bad for a while now, and I didn't really see much choice other than to go with Dameon Pierce in this spot. And I'll be honest, I didn't actually rate him too highly to begin the season. I was seeing Rex Burkhead getting more snaps, more touches, and also the fact that this is a running back that coming out of college didn't see the ball as much as you would expect the main running back to see the ball coming out of Florida. I saw Dameon Pierce as, a decent-ish rookie on a pretty bad team, but that changed pretty quickly. He ended up being their team. As I mentioned, question marks surrounded his usage in college, with a sort of 50-50 type usage and whether he can become that bell cow type running back. And he did that and more. The dude is an absolute truck, and even with the play that he produced, he's an underrated running back in this league. I'm excited to see what Jelani Woods can become in this league. He provides a 6'7" frame that moves very well on a team like the Colts that doesn't actually have a bona fide tight end. Now, Mo Alley-Cox, he's done a decent-ish job, but he's definitely not the answer for the long term. I believe Jelani Woods can fill this type of void for the Colts, and he showed this in one of the games against the Steelers, where he went 8 catches for 98 yards. But the weird thing with Woods is that after that game where he broke out, his usage just still sort of stagnated. And the reason I pick him is because of that tight end spot for the Colts. No one's really filled it, and this is a guy that could become anything. Now, when news broke that Zay Jones was receiving a contract that potentially went up to $30 million, a lot of people were probably very, very skeptical of the move made by the Jaguars. Now, this move, while the money was astronomical for a player that a lot of people considered to not be anything in particular, I thought it was actually a very good move. This guy showed flashes at the Raiders, which I was like, yeah, he can be a player for the Jaguars. And after this season, he's definitely shown it. Trevor Lawrence had an absolutely phenomenal year by the end of it, showed progression, which allowed Zay Jones to put his talent on display. This talent was shown on display by the 5 games where Trevor Lawrence targeted Zay Jones 10 or more times, showing he was a definitive outlet on a consistent basis for Lawrence. And I think with Calvin Ridley coming in, Christian Kirk still on the team, that means probably that the better defenders are going to be going to those players, whereas Jones might be seeing the 3rd cornerback potentially and having a field day. The Tennessee Titans are far too one-dimensional, and they need to find other avenues to move the ball and win matches. I love King Henry as much as the next bloke, but the Titans' passing offense left a lot to be desired. While I think they need to recruit 1, probably 2 solid receivers, they also already have a guy on their list that I reckon is a serviceable tight end, more than serviceable, to produce plays for this Titans offense. Now, his name is hard to pronounce, but I'll give it a go. Chigozium Okonkwo, we'll go with that. This bloke, I love what I've seen from this player because he's similar to King Henry in a way, but as a receiver, because he's a brutish type player in that he loves the contact and wants to run through the defense. This was displayed perfectly on a 48-yard reception against the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the year, where I reckon about 46 of those yards were after contact from 3 or 4 Kansas City Chiefs defenders.